Hey everyone, welcome back to Product X. I'm Rena, your host. Today we're diving into one of the most jaw-dropping stories to hit the global tech VC scene in recent months. We're talking about Spirit AI, a Hangzhou-based embodied AI startup that just closed a 1.5 billion RMB Series A+ round. But here's the crazy part. That's their fourth financing in just 3 months, bringing their total raise to nearly 5 billion RMB, with a valuation now well past the 10 billion mark. Vivian, why don't you start us off? Give us a quick sense of who you are and what you do.
Hey, Rena. Thanks for having me. I'm Vivian Liu, a veteran angel investor at PreAngel Fund, and I've been deeply tracking AI and robotics investments for over a decade now.
And Nolan, your turn.
Hey everyone, I'm Nolan, formerly a CTO at a major Silicon Valley big tech company. These days I focus on architecture-level analysis of frontier tech, especially anything involving robotics and physical AI systems.
Awesome. So here's what's got everyone buzzing. Spirit AI's model just topped the RoboArena benchmark, beating Nvidia and the famously well-funded Physical Intelligence. At the same time, they've pulled in this insane financing war chest. Vivian, let's start with you. In your experience, what's the capital logic behind this kind of funding frenzy? 4 rounds in 3 months? That's almost unheard of.
Honestly, it's pure FOMO at this point. When capital sees a winner emerge in a SATO that could be worth hundreds of trillions, they go all in or get left behind. What makes Spirit AI different is that they're not just a promising demo. They're already deployed inside factories at Bosch, JD.com, and CATL. I mean, we're talking about real production lines running their models, not some lab prototype. That's the kind of commercial validation that makes investors lose sleep, worrying they'll miss the boat.
Yeah, I want to jump in here because the financing is one thing, but the technical achievement is honestly what's blowing my mind. RoboArena isn't some toy benchmark. It's the real deal for embodied AI. For Spirit V16 to actually outperform Nvidia's in-house research and physical intelligence's all-star team, there's got to be something fundamentally different in their approach.
That's exactly what I was going to ask next, Nolan. Everyone knows Nvidia has unlimited compute, and physical intelligence has top-tier talent. So what's the secret sauce that lets Spirit V16 pull ahead?
It's all about the data infrastructure, and honestly, it's the hardest possible path they could have chosen. Most players rely heavily on simulation, training in virtual environments. But Spirit AI went the heavy route. They're building out a real-world interaction dataset. They're aiming for 1 million hours of actual robot experience in physical environments by the end of 2026. We're talking video streams, joint torque feedback, tactile sensors, depth information, all fused together. That volume of high-quality real-world data creates a generalization capability that simulated data just cannot replicate. It's like the difference between a martial artist who trained in a dojo versus one who actually fought in real matches for 10 years.
Right. And that data advantage translates directly into their commercial moat. I actually visited one of their deployment sites at a CATL battery facility last quarter. The complexity of those environments is insane. You've got reflective surfaces, non-standard packaging, people moving around unpredictably. Most robotics solutions would freeze up in those conditions. Spirit's model just handles it because they've seen so many edge cases in training. And here's the flywheel. Every day that robot operates, it generates more real-world training data, which makes the model better, which wins them more contracts. That's why the big industrial players like Bosch and JD.com are willing to bet big on them.
Exactly. And that's also where the massive engineering challenge kicks in. Okay, you've got this incredibly capable foundation model now, but how do you deploy it on actual robot hardware that has strict power and latency constraints? Millisecond-level real-time control on low-power edge devices while guaranteeing safety in unstructured environments? That's the next mountain they need to climb now that they have the capital to do it.
So you're saying the $5 billion in funding is almost like a double-edged sword? It gives them the runway to solve those engineering challenges, but it also raises the stakes.
Precisely. The technical ceiling keeps rising. Once you move from factories to retail and eventually to home environments, the non-standard interactions explode. You're not just dealing with predictable industrial settings anymore.
And from the investment side, that's exactly why you see this weird alignment of USD funds, state-backed capital, and industry money all sitting at the same table. Everyone sees the same future. The only question is whether Spirit AI can execute on that scaling. The capital is essentially buying a call option on that execution.
Okay, let's switch gears for our lightning round. Quick-fire questions, quick answers. First one, what's the single most impressive thing about Spirit AI's story? Vivian?
The speed. I've never seen a Chinese startup move this fast, from technical proof to commercial deployment in the robotics space. It's almost Silicon Valley, Derzo.
For me, it's the data strategy. Going all in on real-world data at that scale takes serious conviction. Most companies would have chickened out and stayed in simulation.
Next question. What's your biggest concern about their trajectory? Vivian, you first.
Talent retention. When you're valued at $10 billion and swimming in cash, every competitor is going to try to poach your Hercene team. Keeping that team together is going to be brutal.
I'd say the edge computing challenge. Getting that model to run efficiently on actual robot hardware without sacrificing safety is going to make or break their commercial rollout.
Third one. If Spirit AI succeeds, which industry gets disrupted first? Nolan?
Manufacturing. Logistics and warehousing are already feeling the pressure, but once you crack the general-purpose robotics model, automotive production lines and electronics assembly are going to be transformed within 5 years.
I'll go with logistics. The ROI is already there, and the labor shortage in warehouses is desperate. That's immediate.
Fourth. If they fail, what's most likely the reason? Vivian?
Execution risk. Great models don't always equal great products. They need to deliver at scale, not just in pilot programs.
Hardware bottlenecks. The robotics supply chain is brutal. If they can't secure reliable, cost-effective robot partners, the software advantage doesn't matter.
Last one. What's one word that describes the embodied AI race right now? Nolan?
Accelerating.
Expensive.
I love it. Okay, Vivian, give us a one-sentence summary of what we covered today.
Spirit AI's $5 billion financing is capital betting on a data-driven moat that could make them the first true winner in the commercial embodied AI race.
Nolan, your turn.
Their real-world data infrastructure is technically impressive, but the real test is whether they can translate that into cost-effective, safe hardware deployment at scale.
That's a wrap, everyone. Thanks to Vivian for breaking down the capital dynamics, and to Nolan for the hardcore technical breakdown. If you want to stay ahead of the next wave of unicorns, make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time.